Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Before it gets dark tonight, let's do another video. I'm good. I'm watching you. Don't be over courteous. Oh, you're just parking here. Inga, is it my friend Inga? I gotta walk back to the gym to get one of my bikes. I'm now in command of 4 bicycles. Well, 3 actually, because one of them is Robert's, but I'm buying that from him as soon as I get a day of work. And no, it's just nice to spread the love. We each have command of vehicles, rolling vehicles. Of course, they're self-powered, but that's the way we like it. It's sustainable. That is something that cannot be thwarted by an EMP blast or any kind of attack of any sort. Supply chain disruption, oil crisis, etc. It's we're good. You got a bike, you got legs, you got lungs, you're good. Especially an old steel frame. Like I would never go with a bike that has electronic shifting. I say the greatest drivetrain ever created would be Shimano Dura-Ace mechanical 7900. Can't remember which one it is. 7400. One of those. 11 speed. Not 12 speed, 11 speed. Of course, I'm a fan of the working man's group set, the Shimano 105. Always have. Or Ultegra, it works too. Dura-Ace, we always call it, the shops I worked at, we always call that do your race. You know, it's dentist stuff. It's like XTR. Shimano XTR, the mountain bike group. We just get XT. The XTR is just flashy and 3 times as expensive. Yeah, if you ever want to just talk about bikes, I'm the guy. And here's 2 of mine right now. I'm going to get the 3rd one, the Miata. It's at the gym, and before it gets dark and chilly, I want to amble on over there and grab it. I got some of this hell of a good jalapeno cheddar dipping sauce. I got a pound of chips from the blue corn chips from the food bank today. And I have a... kind of a corner stash spot. I just kind of, when I'm on my way elsewhere, I put a few things here just in case. Grab them later. Don't tell anybody. Nobody knows where that is. All right. Poking the bear a little bit. Just poke a little. Look, how motivated are you all to make me suffer? You know, all the Chandlers and the officers, White and Gott and Beatley, all these men who have it out for me, who are protecting the great white hope. What's that called? The white knight syndrome, where you think you're the protector coming in to, protect the young, protect the women. Nice. I got an orange golf ball. I like that. Orangey, glad I didn't say banana. Ooh. Hey, that's not necessary. That is not necessary. So, I love dogs and everything, but if you have a dog like that, you have mental problems, dude. It just barks at people just walking by. Hey, handle your shit, dude. Look, we're trying to create a really pleasant world, a peaceful world where everyone can navigate through, do their thing safely, pursue their passions with the support of their community. That right there, it's like, I was having a great time. Found a golf ball, I'm excited. The dog is an extension of your, judgments and your will and your training and your lack of all of the above. And so, it's just not cool. Not to belabor the point, but now I'm on the bike path. I can recenter, regroup, new pathways, integrated into a new mindset, integrated into peaceful coexistence, integrated into this is my Zen and my serenity. I do love my life. I do love who I am and who I am becoming. I do accept my flaws. I am flawed and I am odd. But at least I know my king and my God. And that's kind of what it comes down to. It's like, I've come to terms this week with some attitudes inside me and some junk in the spirit that I didn't know was there still. I thought I had handled. Apparently, certain triggers were able to unsettle me. One of them right now is, for example, I shaved at the gym my neck with this. I used this olive oil soap, which actually worked really good. But for some reason, I am itchy, my chest, and I can't figure out why. I'm not allergic to this stuff, am I? So I'm going to scratch and itch, scratch and itch, scratch and itch. And it's like the new Craig Ferguson comedy special where he says, when you get older, you're just itchy. All the time, you're just itchy. He's like 61, something like that. He's a great special. I highly recommend it. It's a new special called I'm So Happy. Hilarious. Always loved him. He's a masterful flirt. He's always got kind of that smirk that reveals intelligence, his sarcasm, his wit. He's always on point. Him and Russell Brand, big fans. So, and Russell Brand, by the way, I'm a huge fan of his now that he has become a devoted Christian and has been able to like kind of just put into words and in his own unique way, with his command of the language, what his conversion means to him, what the scriptures mean to him, and what that means for us as a whole. Excuse me. He's got that show, what's that called? Hello Again, You Awakening Wonders. That kind of, what's that called? I forget. Something like that. But he's on YouTube a lot, so I watch his stuff usually. And this is a little much. It's too immersed in the drama, and it's too kind of sensationalized. But I do like Russell. That is to say, here I am, 7 minutes in, and I haven't even said anything. I'm, again, getting used to being in front of the camera, being exposed. Every word I say, everything I'm talking about are expressions of my 50 years on this planet, and my understanding of what wisdom is, and my understanding of what it means to live righteousness and truth. Here's righteousness and truth. The kids are drawing on the sidewalk with their chalk. It's funny, when I was in San Diego doing sidewalk art with chalk, there's a local like art gallery owner. This guy was a real jerk, dude. He was just a real jerk. He'd come around on his bike and his beach cruise to watch me doing my stuff, and he'd mad dog, just this angry, contorted, twisted, mean, old white guy. I don't know what he was doing owning an art gallery. Photography gallery, actually. Right there on Newport. And he'd come talk to me. What are you doing? Are you 4 years old? Are you drawing on the sidewalk like a child? Yeah, that's kind of the point, actually. It's exactly the point. It's Friedrich Nietzsche, friend of the channel, and common. Hey, what's up, kitty cat? What's up, honey? Can I say hello? Oh, I wish I had a cat. That's what I miss. Hello. How are you? Can I get, I don't have any tuna or anything, so. No, I wish I had a cat. Yeah, Nietzsche says this. The whole point of adulthood is to regain all the seriousness of a child at play. So that is how I walk through life, on a saunter, I'm meandering through life. I'm not, sauntering is going somewhere, a definite destination in a roundabout manner. In fact, it's from the French saunter, for Holy Land. All the pilgrims going on a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, which was Jerusalem and Israel, back in the day. And they were protected, by the way, by the Knights Templar. Excuse me. Interesting history there. Let's not get into that right now. I'm not going to get into the Knights Templar and the Crusades in 11th century Jerusalem. Not quite yet. Although it does have some bearing on my history quite intimately. My family history being from Sardinia, when in 1038 the Muslim princes were marauding over the Mediterranean, taking over islands en masse. And the Sardinians stood up, said, "Fuck you. You go now." And they asked actually the Vatican for help. And the Vatican actually sent an army to defend the island of Sardinia in the 11th century. And they defeated the Muslim prince. I can't remember his name. That's an important part of history. And to this day, Well, that's how Sardinia became an Italian province, because it was independent on its own before. Kind of like how Corsica became a French province, French island, and Sicily had always been part of Italy. But Sardinia was independent until then, until the Vatican stepped in and helped. And then Sardinia became Italian. And the flag of Sardinia is, in fact, the severed heads of 4 Moorish princes. Not politically correct, but historically accurate. And kind of give you some context of my bloodline and my history as a Caporelli from Sardinia, and also the Salibi from Beirut. So these are maybe my kids don't know this. All they got was the Stewart side of the family, Jesse, their mother, Scottish and a mutt of European influences, but they don't know about the Salibi and the Caporelli from Beirut and from Sardinia. So, so that's important. These details are important. They provide also some context as to who am I, who is your daddy, and what does he do? Who is he? I love that movie, Kindergarten Cop. It's not the Tuma. Who is my daddy, and what does he do? Well, my daddy is 89 years old and still working cleaning pools in San Diego. From a pool business, Foothills Pool Service, that he started in 1958 at 22 years old, and he's still doing it. Oddly enough, he doesn't trust me to take the business over. I'd be there right now cleaning pools. And I'd actually kind of rather be doing that. That would be I'd be fully integrated into Babylonian society. I'd have a whole spread. You know, I mean, if you can make in San Diego, you need to make about $300 a day, and cleaning pools, you can do that in 6 hours, on your own terms, on your own schedule. Just go clean 15 pools a day. It's easy to make $300 net, and probably closer to 600 or 700 gross. It's a thriving business. It's an opportunity. I could go home to San Diego, so long as I had a cot to pitch in the backyard, and no one had a problem with that, because as it stands, currently, I'm having to, ask for the help from my father to get me through this pinch and keep me alive in this, situation I'm in. Keep me from getting entangled in legal troubles and financial troubles and leftovers and the detritus of what Babylon has done to me in this town. The massive level of opposition, which never seemed to be never seemed to quite understand. But now, listening and reading the words of my own daughters and my daughter's husband, I have some concept of the level of hatred is immense. It's murderously immense. It's all hatred is murder. That's what Jesus says. When you look at a woman lustfully, you've committed adultery already. The Word of God is living and active. It judges the thoughts and attitudes of your heart. And so when you harbor hatred in your heart or lust, hatred is murder. Jesus says, anyone who says to his brother, Raka, you fool, is liable to the fires of hell. And I talked about this in yesterday's vlog about last night. God woke me up to have that conversation. That we're here on this rock together to help each other out. And if you're not helping everybody out all the time, you're living in sin. Quite literally. So I'm having, a nice little walk, enjoying my evening. I enjoy these chats I have with myself and whoever's listening. I enjoy the fact that I got some size 12 hunting boots today. Thank you, Tim. That's a big help. It's huge. They're like pillows. I'm like walking on warm pillows. I like warm pillows. Makes you think of something else. And as a single man and very, 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 very eligible bachelor, when I think of warm pillows, I'm thinking of something else. Now, not to take a turn into more prurient interests, and not to turn this vlog into a lewd and lascivious event. There's your $10 word, lascivious. Prurient and lascivious, lewd and lascivious behavior. I enjoy the company of a young lady at night. It was warm and pillowy. These are real. It's a real thing. It's not. I'm not an asexual like robot. I'm not an android here. I'm a human man who would like some company. Not complicated. I'm not going to go down that road. That's not what this is all about. This is about me. Partially what I'm doing is kind of also just demonstrating the walkability of this beautiful little town. And the peacefulness of this beautiful little town. And once you get off the main drag, which is overrun with cars, which is an aggravating assault on the senses, and which does affect me in my empathic nature and my autistic nature. People seem to think I'm making that up for some reason. I did the whole psychological evaluation in Idaho, 3-hour test and everything, and it came back flying colors. I'm not just on the spectrum, I am the spectrum. And the application for full disability wasn't exactly denied, I just didn't want to go through all the paperwork. So that's another subject for another day. The swallows are out. The sun is setting. There's a lot of buzzing little bugs and flies. It must be late season for them. They're having their last gasp before they go into the freeze. I noticed mosquitoes at Safeway. That's rare. Haven't even seen them before there. Maybe a couple, but there's a lot tonight. So that's what's up. Just thinking about Safeway. There's a young lady who works there, a checker, who I kind of fancy, and I'm having a smile in my head thinking about her. And perhaps I'll go in later and inquire as to what her plans are for the rest of the evening. Quincy is overloaded with these super loud and obnoxious diesel trucks, and there's young men. It's always a young man driving one. No, not always. I've seen some ladies with big trucks and saddles in the back. It's a big pack station equestrian program at the college. And it seems to be kind of that whole rodeo vibe. It's part of that whole thing. And there was a rodeo in town 2 weeks ago. That's cool. That's cool. They go to the church. It's Calvary Chapel where I go. There's a few rodeo kids there. There's Mitchell, there's Tori. I know these kids. But they also drive really big trucks. Just it seems to be par for the course. And here I am, nearing the end of the bike path. I probably finish this up here. I had a lot of in mind. You know what's interesting is when you are, in your center and living in peace, all the things, all the issues from the past I wanted to dredge up and get out in the open about, my first wife and the mother of my kids. And it just doesn't seem important. It really doesn't. What's important is chasing life and remaining centered in the Tao. This is the way. The Tao is best exemplified by the life of Jesus Christ and his example. Exemplified example, obviously connected. I'd like to be able to just get a room with a gold pan for a week. $630. I'd have my car running, registered, new window, and on the road, and a license with $630. Or I could trade it for a week of vegging out on a couch in bed, watching Geraldo. Such is life. My dad did send me enough money for 2 nights at a hotel last week to save my ass when they took my car. I didn't know where it was. And I used that money, I've documented this pretty clearly, to eat well, to go out to dancing, to go get a drink at the bar when I was dancing so I don't take advantage of their kindness and become, the homeless, freeloader. So itchy. So itchy. Need some cortisone cream. That's what's up. I just, it's a nice little walk. I figured about 20 minutes. I'm pretty accurate. 20 minutes on a nice stroll. I'm strolling. I'm not marching. I'm not gallivanting. I'm moseying. I'm meandering, and I'm sauntering. I know where I want to go, and I'm almost there. And when I get there, I'll have a bicycle waiting for me, and I can saunter on back on my bicycle. As Fausto Capi, the greatest cyclist of all time, Il Campionissimo, Fausto says his trick to getting strong on a bicycle is that he would fare una passeggiata in bici, go for a walk on a bicycle, take a long ride in the countryside on your bicycle, on your Bianchi. And that's what I'll do tomorrow. Today I had kind of low energy, actually. I didn't find work, any paying work. I did find some food from the food bank. I did find a half a pizza from my friend Robert. It's actually the pizza sitting right here on my bike. Hopefully it's still there. I didn't lock it up. And I did get a day pass, which is still good until 8 p.m. So I've saunaed and showered and shaved. 3 important things. That's a good Monday. I really hope my bike's still there. I'll just finish the video as I roll up on the bike. Nearly 21 minutes. I'm getting, well, I was advised from friends of mine who know the system and the algorithm. My friend in Tucson, Brad Boldberg, my friend in Nevada, said just, you have to be consistent and post every day. The algorithm rewards consistency. So even if I have nothing really pressing to say or nothing to, really need to do this, I need to do this to keep the algorithm happy, to game it to my system, to my advantage in the long run. And it's coming around. It's getting there. I'm getting enough views, enough eyeballs on my stuff every day where monetization is basically inevitable, though it may take some time. The goal is, there's a notification from my friend, and that means I'm online again. I'm getting a lot of notifications. Let's finish up here so I don't interrupt my, the pizza's been sitting on the bike. The bike's unlocked. I got the Canada Dry, which is now probably boiling. But that's what's up. Good 21-minute walk from Safeway to the gym. And a nice little saunter on the back road. This is aggravating. Bike path is peaceful. I'm going to take the bike back on that path while I still have light and get back to my spot. Put on a couple layers. It's going to get cold tonight. And that's what's up. So there we go. God bless America, yo. Over and out.